We start, we'll have Scott Wedgewood here after Jared speak about his one-year extension, no problem. Open up for questions, go ahead, Rachel.
Coach, you guys signed Scott Wedgewood to a one-year extension.
Yeah.
And from a media standpoint, we're thrilled because he's
Yeah.
always a joy to interview.
Good content guy.
Yeah. What's it like from your end?
Yeah, no, it's good. I think it's well deserved. Loved his play last year and what he did, and then this year it seems like he's, like he'd come out. So I don't want to say taking it to a new level, but I think the importance of him being solid in the net for us this part in the season with Blackie out is obviously key, and not only just kind of surviving without Blackie, but excelling in that position for us and giving us a chance to win every night. So I think the contract's well deserved.
Colleen, then Ryan.
Latest on Val.
Yeah, so he's going to be week to week. I can't give you like a tighter timeline than that until we see how he goes for the next handful of days. I would say early next week we can probably pinpoint it more, but nothing too serious, which is good, but serious enough that he's going to miss a handful of games at least.
Right.
Going back to Scott, and when you added him and Mackenzie, the conversation was about bringing juice to the locker room.
Yeah.
Just what have you seen in his time here? How has he done that? How has he been in the locker room?
Well, it's another guy that loves to come to the rink every day, similar to a guy like Burnsy. He's got an outgoing personality, so vibe is always pretty high around him. And then when he goes on the ice and steps on the ice, there's a serious side to him as well. So it's kind of like the demeanor we want our team to have. We want to be loose and relaxed and have fun coming to the rink, but we're also looking for top tier results, and there's a time to get serious, and he's got a good balance with that. He's easy to talk to, so he talks with all of our young guys and older guys, gets along with everyone. So it's just, I think as many outgoing personalities as you can have in the room, and sort of get that communication started, it's always a good thing. And so as advertised for me off the ice, and then his play has been exceptional.
Eric and Corey.
I know he played good for you guys last year at Wedgewood, but it's been 30-something days since the season started. He already gets an extension. How much has this 11-1 run kind of led to, let's get him locked up now, let's know what we have for next year?
Well, yeah, I think it probably everything to do with it. We've got Nabokov coming, we've got Blackwood locked in, but Nabokov's never played in North America or in the NHL, so good prospect and has some growth that he still needs in his game. And when you get a guy that wants to be here and fits in your room and fits in your culture and then performs like this on the ice, I think the natural progression is try to get him locked up.
Corey.
We've talked a lot about how healthy you've been, the top 9 forwards have played every game. You've also talked a lot about the depth. I guess just how do you replace Val in the interim here?
Gavin Brindley. That's how we do it. It's hard to replace guys like Val, and anyone in your top 6, but guys like Val and Lecky, there's a handful of our guys, Nelly, that they might not be the top point producers on your team, when you got guys like Nate and Marty, but they fill a lot of holes and play in a bunch of different areas. So, with Val, it's power play, it's penalty kill, it's top 6 minutes, it's empty net when you need one, and empty net when you got to keep the other team off the board. So there's a lot of different duties that will split up, but for the interim, we're going to elevate Brindley onto the second line with Nelson and Colton, and see how that goes. It's a great opportunity for Gavin. I think he's earned that. And we'll just roll from there and see how it goes, and then hopefully Val's back, soon.
Jesse, then Ryan.
I guess, how do you guys are playing really good hockey. You've had a couple big games here these last couple of weeks, playing against top teams. Buffalo's near the bottom of the standings. They played last night. How do you avoid your team from taking their foot off the gas for even a night like tonight?
Well, it's because we the way we explain it and the way we try and present it to our team is it's not about Buffalo and it's not really about Anaheim or Edmonton. It's about us and what we're trying to do and how we're trying to play and what can lead us to playing winning hockey and consistently winning hockey, and not only now, but the focus on what it takes to like win at the most difficult time of the year. And that's sort of our focus and our goal, and the guys understand it. They bought into it. I think we've been a really consistent team to this point, and you know, tonight's really no different. You know, there's lots of similarities, oddly enough, with Anaheim and Buffalo. Like, both teams can really score off the rush. They've got some high-end talent, some talented shooters. They make a lot of passes once they cross your blue line and get super dangerous. They're not afraid to try high-skilled plays, toe drags, challenge you one-on-one when they cross the line. We saw that at Anaheim the other night. We had some problems with it for part of the game. We've looked at it. We're going to try and correct it tonight against Buffalo. It's a little bit up and down the ice, you know, can have a good tempo to it, so you got to be ready to take advantage of the things they give you at the other end. And we were confident that if we play the right way defensively, we'll get enough chances to win the hockey game and turn them loose again and do the best we can.
Right.
Sam Gerard said he's back tonight. Just is it a nice stretch of early in the year to get him back, and are you anticipating putting him back with Burns, or how do you break up?
No, he'll play with Malinsky. Yeah, and they'll shuffle around a little bit too, obviously. We've liked the Manson-Burns pairing. They've done a nice job with G out, and G's coming back after a little bit of a break here, so he'll go in and play with Malinsky, who's playing some really good hockey right now as well.
Last two, Megan Bailey.
It seems like outside of Taves and McCarr, the rest of the back end is also really involved in contributing offensively. And I imagine as a coach, it's not new instructing your players to shoot more, but what do you think boils down to that actually coming to fruition in execution?
I don't think it's anything new for our team. Like, I think our back end's led the NHL or been top 2 in the NHL in defense scoring for years. It's just a mentality and a style of play that we've developed, you know, and we've implemented. We didn't develop it. It's so hard to create offense nowadays that you need all 5 guys involved in the attack, and you see the teams that are scoring the most. Anaheim, prime example, we just played them. Their D were in every rush. Their D were highly active in the offensive zone. Buffalo's a little bit the same. It's the balance that's key to us, is not just doing that, but also knowing when not to do it and what sort of the secondary plan is to be able to get back and defend when your D get active, right? And so that's something we're still working on. It's something we had a little trouble with the other night against Anaheim. D gets involved, forward covers, and then he doesn't cover, and they're getting some rush attacks. So you got to take it a step further, and that's kind of what we're working on right now as a group. But I've always liked their D involvement. It's something we encourage. We try to work on it every day in practice, in our drills, and we got a lot of guys that like to get up and go. It's kind of just the way our personnel is built, which is why we play that way.
Go ahead, Bailey.
With the vacancy, Brendan moving Ledval out of the lineup, the Eagles are performing really well tonight. Taylor McCarr gets a call up tonight.
Yeah.
Is there a plan to cycle through some of those guys, give them different looks?
Not yet. I mean, like, we've seen Nielsen, we've seen McCarr, right? Nichushkin's out to a great start there. I'd like to look at him at some point too. It'll just depend on, making sure these guys are getting enough. Like, a guy like Taylor McCarr's development's really important to us, right? So he's come up here. If he plays well, then he'll probably continue to play. No decisions are final. We evaluate him on a daily basis. We also want him to get lots of minutes and play in different situations that he might not play here. We just kind of go game at a time and see how they're doing down there, certain guys, and how the guys up here perform, and then making sure that they're all getting the ice time they need to continue to develop.
Thanks, Jared.
Yep. Thanks.